Fan questions. I actually came across a few. And by the way, people talk about College Football 25 coming out. Are we going to be running a massive dynasty? You're goddamn right we are. However many users we can have, I believe it's 32. We will be filling out a dynasty, whether we're incorporating fans, incorporating people in our circle, but we'll get a full 32 team dynasty going. If it goes higher than that, even better. But we will be doing that. We will be streaming games. We will be doing competitions, but the boys will be very immersed in the College Football 25 video game. Just to address those fan questions where people are like, are you guys going to be streaming? Are you guys going to be doing a massive dynasty? Yes, and you will have your chance to play with the boys because we're going to be having a lot of fun this year with college football as Nebraska makes a name for themselves this year. But I have one, Jack, as you pull them up too, from the boy, at Alex_D Michelle. Which House of Dragons character would I be? I don't know why. I just I've went through that part. Alex, shout out to you for the question. Your boy thinks Prince Jakaris. Jakaris? I apologize. I already run that question. The second one comes from at Timothy Fax. Would you be open to an HQ in Nashville for Barstool? I think the boys would. I think if there was other talent on the roster that was around and in Nashville, I think we'd very much be up for pioneering an HQ, a Barstool HQ here in Nashville. It is a nice gateway to the South, gateway to the SEC. You get you got the Barstool bar that is very prosperous. It seems like here people are embedded a lot more in Barstool than they were in the last several years here. So I think an HQ in Nashville would be dope. And yes, we would definitely be open to it. Our contract is up in February. Third one comes from at Belden Cameron. Best memories from our 4th of Julys. What is a quality memory that we've all had with 4th of July? The one that comes to mind for myself is we built a sparkler bomb in high school. I'm talking 300 to 400 of those little metal sparklers. We used the black electrical tape, rolls and rolls and rolls to compact it in, and then you leave one out as like the wick. And it set off so loudly. Car alarms went off. The police came because they had a disturbance on their little monitor that something that measured over a stick of dynamite went off. Boys didn't get in trouble, but that is my fondest 4th of July memory. When your boy was young too, like blowing up slugs.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Putting a little M90 under a slug that you'd find somewhere around the house, like under a board. I remember telling Cody, like, hey, if you know those little Tyke basketball goals that you can lift up, pull apart. I had this yellow thing, and I for some reason I said, like, you can hear something really clearly, like through this. And as he went, I like held it in my hand. And I went in there and it popped and fucking. That was not a good. Yeah, that was a bully moment, but not a good result. Old man came out and tanned my ass, dude. Fucking had me grabbed by the neck, fucking. Some delinquent kid shit, dude. Blowing up action figures.
You were like the guy from Toy Story.
Sid. There's I mean, he had some good ideas. I definitely tried strapping rockets to him, to action figures. My dad, one time, we went over to my Uncle Troy's, and in the gravel driveway, we just poured out a bunch of gasoline, lit the gasoline on fire. So it's just this row of fire. And then we just throw in bottle rockets, Roman candles, and you just got to run and like survive.
Do y'all remember the ones that have the army man on it? The fireworks that like when they explode and it parachute down?
Yeah, the old parachute.
That was money.
Dude, I've been hit in the chest from me to you with a parachute. Because we'd have like firework wars.
Yeah, the Roman candle wars.
Roman candles. Somebody, for whatever reason, thought a parachute would be funny. And from me to you, smoked me in the chest.
Oh.
It really wasn't that bad. Once it happened, like I'm thinking I'm dying. Like a hole just went through my body. But yeah, caught a parachute right to the chest.
Anyone else for July?
Mine's on a specific memory, but I guess kind of like tied into a shout out because this week in Panama City, we had neighbors, and it was like a dad, and he bought like $6,000 worth of fireworks. And I always appreciate somebody who plans ahead, buys a ton of whatever, if it's just like huge artillery shells or just all the mixture of them, and then gets the whole community right. And it's like they took it upon themselves to make sure that we're going to have the best night ever. So I always really respect anybody who does the planning, takes a lot of time and money especially, and buys all those fireworks, because it just promotes like such a great night for everybody, for the kids, for the adults, and everyone in between. So just like have to shout out anybody who's out there putting in the work to make sure that the neighborhood has just an awesome show.
Shout out the Howards. That was the Howards for us growing up.
I got a quick shout.
You going on?
This is actually for Mitch, just a general shout out. So 4th of July and this weekend, Mitch killed it. Hosted a 4th of July party, invited me and the wife, hosted a beer pong tournament. Did you win?
No, we didn't end up finishing it.
But you were still in it.
Yeah.
Mitch made the finals. I got bounced in the quarters.
Why didn't you end up finishing it?
Because we had to go downtown and fish fireworks.
Ah,
But he killed it on hosting. Later on Sunday, I locked myself out of the shop. Keys, phone, wallet, everything on my desk. Who came to unlock it for me?
Mitch.
That boy Mitch. Shout out
Boy, the boy
Mitch,
move.
dude.
Hey, how are the Nashville fireworks? Because people say that the city of Nashville spends the most of anywhere in the country. I don't know if that's true.
That's what I was.
Could be New York.
That's what I was going to shout out was the fireworks show of Nashville.
Oh.
It was insane. Like we were right near the river, and like it looks sick from our vantage point. But then, like I've seen videos of like people on top of like red and stuff, and it looks even crazier because you can see more of it. But my one buddy was telling me that all of the wicks of the fireworks combined was 20 miles long, which is like an insane stat. But the fireworks there were just absolutely absurd. And like the finale, like it was one of those things where you didn't think it could get any louder, but it just continued to get more and more and more and more loud.
Yo, that is
And
incredible.
When I was in Australia, I saw an international fireworks competition. This blew that out of the water. This was absolutely insane. But yeah, shout out to Nashville Fireworks, because that was
Shout out
crazy.
to Nashville fireworks. Just a prime spot of the country too. Like people here love their fireworks. Surrounding states, you're all
People
about.
everywhere. Like it looked like I remember a couple years ago I've seen pictures from like the draft and all of the people lined down Broadway. That's what it was. It was absurd. Every bar downtown had like a cover you needed to do. So like we didn't do that, but they do not mess around when it came to it.
I love that. Anybody have a 4th of July story before Jack goes to this next question? By the way, great question by you, Cameron Belden.
Yeah, I would say mine. Growing up, I was always at the pool, and to the point where my family we went to the beach like once because me and my brothers were so content just going up to the pool, and we didn't want to miss a pool day in my neighborhood. My favorite 4th of July activity at the pool party was probably the soda dive, when a lot of the parents would get together and they would throw a ton of cans into the pool. And my family was not a soda family, and so we were just raking it in. The lifeguard blew that whistle, 3, 2, 1, in there, scooping up all the sodas.
Adult beer dive too?
No, they weren't allowed, but they had their own little activities going on.
So question, because I've never heard of that. You basically just throwing a shitload of soda into the pool, and then whatever you can come out with, like it's yours, you take home?
Exactly.
Soda sinks.
Nice.
Yeah, soda sinks. So you go to they usually will throw the best sodas in the deep end because it's 12 feet deep, and you got to be like everyone that can hold their breath for a long time.
The swim team was in there.
Yeah, the swim team was in there. So shout out to my neighborhood. I love my neighborhood. I love it so much. My rehearsal dinner is at my pool clubhouse,
Yes, sir.
and it will be a
Let's
pool
go.
party. So that's my 4th of July story.
That's solid. So what would be the weaker sodas in the shallow end compared to when you say best sodas in the deep end? Which ones in your mind are the best sodas? You know what I mean? Like, are they just throwing like Diet Cokes in the shallow end?
No, I would say like the more rare in our neighborhood, more rare sodas would be like a Sunkissed, grape Sunkissed, cherry Dr. Pepper, wild cherry Pepsi. And then in the other end is like your Sprite, maybe a little Mountain Dew thrown in there. But yet normal Mountain Dew's in the shallow end, Code Red Mountain Blue is in the deep end.
The Code Red, that was a vibe.
In the summer,
Have we done tier talk for sodas?
I don't think we have really.
Because you want to know a sleeper is that caffeine-free Mountain Dew. In the gold can.
Yeah, gold can.
in the gold can. My grandparents loved it. And what do we have here, Jack? This is from Jack_Slater007. What's one summer activity on your list you haven't done yet that you got to do or get in before the fall in football? Dude, for me, it's definitely, and JP, you shared a video of Alex, how do you say his last name? Pereira?
Yeah.
Tubing?
Yes.
Dude, tubing is so fun to me. So I would love to hit the water, hit a lake, pull a tube from behind, hit some barrel rolls, try to catch a fat wave, crash hard as fuck, maybe tear my labrum.
Sign me up.
Dude, we should do it. Yeah, Delaney has a boat. We should definitely have a little day.
Bussin' boat thing.
Yeah, a little bussin' boat day. Can all you guys swim? Can you swim, Sherm? All right.
An activity that I've been seeing, I've been wanting to do it for like summers now. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the summer, but I think it's called Starlight Theater or something like that. But it's a drive-in movie theater, and I've never been to one before. And I'd love to just like, if I could find a girlfriend or just, bring 10 of my guy friends there again. But I'd love to just like pull up with the car, bring like, the blankets and stuff in the back. You get the popcorn, whatever, the snacks, and just like go see a movie in the middle of a field somewhere. You get the speakers that attach to your car. I don't know. I just feel like whenever you see a drive-in movie theater in movies, it's either the greatest vibe ever or like someone's getting murdered in like a scary movie. So hopefully it's the good vibe, but I would love to go check out the drive-in movie theater before the summer's up. I think that'd be a good time.
Yeah, sounds like a good family activity. Take a little Rue for a little drive-in movie.
Yeah, the one they have 2 theaters too, so they'll do like 2 family-style movies, and then they'll do 2 like adult. So if you want to bring a Rue or like the kids, they've got that kind of entertainment value for you. And then if you want to take your boys or a couple adults, they also have some actual just PG-13 rated R kind of film. So I think it'd be a good time.
Yeah.
It's like 30 minutes away.
Rue's been on this kick where, and I would love if any dads or parents have advice for this, but she'll get so mad about something, she just starts hitting herself in the face. Like double-handed, just starts hitting herself in the face. And we're like, hey, you're saying like, why are you hitting yourself? But she'll get, if you can't like understand what she's saying, you get like 3 attempts to understand what she's saying, like, because you got to like repeat it back to her versus just saying like, yeah, that's right. She'll like want you to say it. And if you can't get it right, or you can't figure out what she's trying to do, she'll get so mad at times where she just starts double punching herself in the face. Oh, no. I have no clue what's going on. So you guys, for anybody out there that's dealt with that, or maybe I'll have to Google if that's normal.